Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 4 of Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth. We've managed to found ourselves an outpost, so it won't be long before we have ourselves a second city. And this city is actually going to have quite some nice resources nearby, probably better resources than our capital. There is a nice spot here that we could potentially settle a city on. It's not the best of spots, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is far enough away to actually settle a city here. And it's not a bad idea cramming cities close together. It makes them much easier to defend. Yes, you're not necessarily getting all of the unique resources that you'd like to get, but it does mean that they're easier to defend. They're easier to build roads between. You don't need to build harbours in Beyond Earth like you do in Civilization 5, so any coastal cities automatically get a city connection, which is absolutely fantastic. But the main thing is, the more cities you have, the more trade routes you can run, and the more trade routes you can run, although they're a bit of a pain to micromanage, the much stronger it makes you. So we are going to go straight on into the next turn. One thing that I should do that I haven't done for a little while is we're just going to quickly explore down here a little bit and see what we can find. Is have a quick look at our capital city and just see the tile assignments, because I haven't gone in here for a while. As you can see, we actually have that, we've expanded to that xenomass now, but we can't actually get it for the time being. I think the tiles that we are currently working are possibly the best ones. Not sure we need that tile right now. That one would give us a little bit more production. Certainly as we are working on a wonder, tiles that give us more production are very nice. We'll keep working that one because it is giving us the energy. And we'll keep working that one. They seem like the best tiles that we can work at the moment. So we'll certainly keep it on that. 10 turns until the gene vault is completed, so I'm happy to keep things as they are there. Let's go on to the next turn. Still haven't found a gap to get through to this resource pod yet. Could be very risky. Chances are we'll end up losing our guy if we do that. Looks like they have a second city down here. It's going to be difficult to get around. We may have to go the long way over past this this station. In fact, no, they've just moved out of the way, which was quite nice of them. There's chemistry research. We've also discovered another station now. We've got step mining. They've got a tile pillage there. It looks like they've been having a little bit of problems with the aliens themselves. There is a couple of xenomass tiles around, so they've probably cleared out some nests. They have a third city, in fact. Oh no, that's their second city. But still, they're growing. So, science, what did we just do? Chemistry we have just completed. What should we go in for? If you look at a lot of these things, they do take quite some time to do. We've got ecology, so we could go straight into computing. But engineering's not a bad idea either, because it does give us the ability to build the titanium mines. Geothermal well. Actually, does it give us the ability to get the titanium mines? Yeah, titanium engineering. There's some geothermal nearby, so getting geothermal wouldn't be too bad of a thing. We will need planetary survey at some point so that we can embark. Don't need the paddock just yet. Ballistics could be quite nice as well, because just for the +3 science, but I don't want to try and build too many wonders because it's going to be difficult enough as it is. I think we should start going into... Let's pick engineering up on the way, and then after that we'll think about going into computing so we can get our spy agency up and running. You can't move on this turn, so on to the next turn we go. Unfortunately, we did have a little pit stop in miasma, which hasn't helped matters too much. On to the next turn again. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. I should keep checking just to see if those aliens are moving out of the way. So there are some bits of floatstone around, but not an awful lot. Again, they're still guarding that very well. I could potentially try and sort of work through very slowly, but the chances are they will attack me if I try and do so. We could go ahead and improve that xenomass. Well, we don't have the technology to do it yet, so it's not an immediate concern. I think making that into a farm is actually a better idea, so we'll go up and do that. Still have that solar collector, which is helping things out quite nicely. Now, this thing is within 3 tiles of my city, but I think it's because it's not within my borders. Oh no, the fence only has a 2-tile range, because we didn't take the upgrade for the range. We only took the upgrade for the for the trade convoys, which is why alien units are still able to move onto that tile. But that's not too big of a problem. I don't think they will attack my work, or at least I hope they don't. But prosperity has now completed. It is now a fully fledged city, so we can go ahead and start building things here. An old earth relic is a very, very important thing to get, but you can see we're already on negative health at the moment. Although building anything that would give us health does take quite some time. We could go for a clinic. It's only 15 turns. It's not a bad idea, so let's go ahead and do that. Continue to explore down here. We've found the coast. Got some coral, a little bit too far away for us to get to. Another source of titanium there as well. Not too sure which direction I should go from here. We'll probably head over to the east because I don't think there's much to explore over in this direction. Aliens detected nearby. Yeah, but I don't think they're going to be too much of a problem. We do have a unit in the city. We automatically get a city connection because they are both coastal, which helps us out with a few things. What we probably could do... Liqueur has 6 citizens, only has a health of 3, so we could get some more health in here. We don't quite have enough energy to purchase anything that would give us health. A farmer lab would be really nice, but it would cost us 390, so we are a little bit short on being able to do that. So we will have to leave that for now. We only have -1 health, which means we get -2% food growth in cities and -2% speed towards outpost growth. So it's not too terrible, only being on -1. So we don't need to sort of rush to fix that right now. As I said, hopefully this worker is going to be ignored by that raptor bug. Yeah, we've pretty much discovered the end of the territory here. We'll leave that alien alone because at the moment it isn't causing too much of a hassle for us. You guys are still just going to stay there because I've got nothing for you to do. Let's go ahead and build a farm there. It's a nice tile, so why not? Again, you want money and open borders for favours, not interested. I still think this would be a nice tile to have, just to pick up the titanium. Because we get titanium and gold. 1, 2, 3. We'd also get the float stone. So it is well worth having another city here. Which is something we will do. We are probably going to need another worker at some point. We've got ourselves another virtue. So what could we go and get here? -10% culture needed for new virtues isn't a bad thing, ever. And that does lead into community medicine, which then gives you +1 health for every 6 population in a city. Or we could just start going down to profiteering, where we get +1/2 a health for every trade unit under our command. Well, that would put us back up 0 health instantly. And then we could go down to Independence Network, where you get 25% more yields from your trade routes to your own cities, which would be really, really nice. So I think we're going to go into profiteering. We've already got 2 trade routes, so that does give us +1 health. We had actually just dropped into -2, so it puts us back up to -1. You can continue to look over here. Yeah, I don't really think there's anything else over there that you need to see. So we'll start moving back over towards the west. Those aliens are just going to stay around for a while. I don't think they're going to be too much of a problem. We'll just leave them there. We will get an ultrasonic fence built here at some point. Of course... Oh, wow, we actually got the wonder. We've got the gene vault. Fantastic. So, +4 food, +1 culture, and +10 growth in all cities. And we've completed engineering at the same time. Let's continue to move you across. So, what are we going to produce over here? I actually think we're going to go for the farmer lab. We might as well just hard build it and save the money. Research, where do we go from here? Planetary survey would be nice, because it would give us embarkation. But I said we'd probably go into computing, though geophysics would be nice as well for geothermal, because that gives you good science. So probably geophysics, then into computing. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do it that way. I think that's the way I want to do it, so... Let's go on to our next turn. And you guys can now just keep working your way over here. And again, I must remember to keep checking and see if we can actually get our way through to this resource pod. It's very, very unlikely. It's going to be very, very difficult for us to get to that with all the aliens that are around. Now, unfortunately, this is going to move you through miasma, but I don't have an awful lot of options. There's some copper over there. Now has 2 cities. Peace treaty expired. That is fine. Okay, so which tiles are you working? That is a very nice tile. That is also a very nice tile. I've got no problems with those. We are going to need to get a worker over there to build some improvements. So you're going to need to get out of the miasma. Unfortunately, they've just started an outpost here, which means you can no longer get around. So our explorer is in a bit of a crappy position at the moment. I will try and bring him home. I'm not losing money, so we will try and bring him home if we can. Tempted to try and get my worker over here to this city, but I'm not 100% convinced that the alien will leave him alone, which is the problem I have right now. Although I haven't actually attacked the aliens, so they may leave me alone. I'm going to cross my fingers here and just hope and pray that they don't attack. And they've gone and killed my worker. So I shouldn't have hoped and prayed. I should have just gone and kicked its ass. So that's quite annoying. I've now lost my worker. Not a problem. We'll get ourselves another one. In fact, what I might do is purchase one over here, because workers are relatively cheap. 270. That's a worker purchased, and then we can go ahead and build the thing. Well, we'll need to get the fruit first. We can't build paddocks yet. We do need paddocks. This is what is nice with the enhanced user interface. So as you can see by mousing over this, well, I can build paddocks because it's already white. If I had bionics, I could build a bionics lab, which would give it an extra 1 production per turn. Putting a paddock on there, which would take 7 turns to build, would give it an extra 1 science per turn. And if I research alien life forms, then the paddock would actually give it 1 culture per turn as well. Because I think I can actually already... Yeah, paddocks would gain 1 culture per turn, but you can build paddocks right from the very beginning, I think. That just gives them 1 per turn. So that's fine. So we can go ahead and do that. Annoying that I lost that unit, but oh well, not the end of the world. Let's start getting you back to safety. I know some people that play the Civilization games and absolutely just spam massive numbers of workers out, and I really don't think you need to do it, because almost every game I play, I find I get into a point where I've got so many workers, I'm struggling to micromanage them all. Do we want to go and build the paddock there, or do we want to go and build... Which one do we want to do? I think we'll go and build the paddock first. We could clear the miasma, but there's no real point to. We'll build the paddock, give us some extra science. It's a good tile, and it means we're staying nice and far away from the alien over on this side. Let's go on to the next turn. Luckily, most of the tiles that I need to upgrade over here have been upgraded. I will have to be careful of this worker's health to make sure that he doesn't die to the miasma. You're going to just try and get back if you can. If not, we'll end up disbanding him, but that's not going to be the end of the world either. Start working you around in this direction. Choose production. Lacour has now finished its farmer lab. That's put us up to 0 health. We're still not in positive health, but 0's better than none at all. Get a bit of extra production. That's not going to be a bad idea, actually. Let us go. In fact, no, what we are going to do here is get ourselves another colonist at this point, because we are going to want to set up a 3rd city over here. Would be nice to get rid of some of these aliens, but we are going to struggle. There's some more floatstone. 9 floatstone, wow. And these guys actually have... Oh, that's a mine. I thought it was a crashed satellite then. It's a very, very similar graphic. But we'll see where we can go. We'll see how far we can get. Obviously, you're going to take a little bit of damage there. Quest decision. So we can either have 5% production for military units from Cyto nurseries, or 1% production for everything, or 1 production. I'm going to take the extra plus 1 production from Cyto nurseries, which is quite nice. Prosperity, you're quite slow to build stuff at the moment. We could go for the old Earth relic, which isn't a bad idea. The thing that's really going to help you out, though, is getting a trade depot, and that's going to take 22 turns. So let us go and start working on the trade depot. and go on to the next turn. I'm keeping my eye on the health of this worker. I mean, we can clear the miasma, but at the moment there's no immediate need to. Luckily, we're not still at war with these guys anymore. Of course, the peace treaty has ended. She could declare war on us if she wanted to. Don't think she will, though. I think we're going to be good. Again, we're going to take some more miasma damage, but we need to try and work our way through quite quickly. Prosperity has grown, which is nice. I'd sooner you work a tile that has a little bit of production. I know you want to grow, but we don't really have the happiness anyway. So working a production tile is better. It is going to slow down the growth, but that isn't the end of the world. And that does drastically increase the speed of the trade depot. It's gone down from what was like 20 turns to 8 turns, so working that one extra construction tile is massive. That work is now finished. Let's move you over to here and we'll start work on this tile. We will have to escort our colonist out to this tile just because of this annoying alien here. I'm going to keep my eye on this worker as well, just in case they get any funny ideas. I don't think we're going to be able to get to that, certainly not easily, so let's start bringing the marine back. We may be able to go and kill this alien off, just to make life a little easier for us. Go ahead and construct a plantation there. More floatstone. Seems like everybody has all the good strategic resources except me. And I don't like that. Look at that, more floatstone, wow. And they've got basalt as well. There's step mining. How are things over here? Yeah, you're not making it easy to get to that, so... we would actually have minor victory against this thing. There is a siege worm over here as well, which is going to be very, very annoying. Not sure where he's going to go. Yeah, he's actually getting closer to us, which I don't like. We're going to move you over there. Quest has been updated. Build 2 old Earth relic buildings. Yeah, that is something that we are going to have to do. It is on the list of things to do. You're still glitching out. Let's start moving over here. Let's go on to the next turn. I do find that the explorers in this game become redundant very early. I guess it's kind of like scouts in Civilization 5. You tend not to use them for all that long. Now, we could attack this thing here. We do have the problem that that siege worm is nearby, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do some damage to them there. We will take some damage back, but of course we can fortify up. Doesn't help, of course, that they are in miasma, but we will be gaining some XP, so that helps a little bit. Let's go on to the next turn. We could, of course, build a ranger. Do some range damage to them. On the turn that I shoot them, he's talking about benevolence. There we go. At least they're attacking me now. So if they want to keep attacking into me, that's going to be fine. Got another level of veterancy. I'm going to give them the extra damage, and I'm getting them to fortify because this thing may choose to attack into me again, which would be fine. Let's continue to move you around. Wow, more floatstone. A lot of floatstone on the map. It's just none of it is near me. Right, is it going to attack into me again on this turn? No, it isn't. But the siege worm has moved near me, and that I do not like. So we can now mine geothermal, which is nice. Still continuing to have a look round. Choose new research. Let us go for computing. Now's the time, I think. Aliens. You should still be relatively safe for the time being. A little bit worried about these guys. I'm going to move them back one tile. Because this tile is protected by the ultrasonic fence. This tile isn't. So that should help us out a little there. We do need to try and clear these aliens off. Especially if we want to build a city over here. Yeah, some of them are backing off a little bit, so... which is good. We do have our colonists, though. The colonist is going to be difficult to escort. So I guess we could go for a ranger at this point, actually. It's only 4 turns. We do need to get ourselves a little bit of a military. We've managed to build that. Let's go over here and get the geothermal. It's a nice, safe tile. We will need to research at some point... where is it? Planetary survey. It's only 5 turns. Planetary survey would then allow us to go and hook up the algae here, which isn't such a bad thing. What tiles are we currently working over here now? So let's just uncheck all of these boxes. We certainly want to be working that. 2 food, 1 production. 1 food, 2 production. Dust, I'm not playing Endless Legend. Energy and a science. And then probably that tile. 6 turns until city growth, so that's not terrible. 3 turns away from getting that trade depot. Unit needs orders. Might be worth trying to get onto the other continent at some point, just to see what we can find. So plus 1 health. It's not a massive amount of health, but it'll do for now. And we've actually found a progenitor ruin. Fantastic. And we have an expedition module. That's going to be really nice. You're going to build a geothermal well. That'll give us a nice bit of extra cash. How far can you move? You can move onto that tile, as can you. So that's what you're going to do. I'd really like that siege worm to go away right now, but I doubt that it's going to. It has backed off a little bit. Quest failed. Which one was that one? Kill 10 alien units. Palatine has withdrawn. What? Oh, they're no longer there anymore. Have they been? Has that been destroyed by aliens? That's weird. Some of the quests in this game, I'm sure some of the quests are still bugged. There is certainly still some issues with the quests here. I think this little pop-up thing you see with the tiles is another thing that comes from enhanced user interface as well. Lets you see where you can build. We should be able to pop a city up there. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4. They should be far enough apart. Won't be 100% certain until the next turn, but we should be okay. You're going to construct an expedition. We're going to go on to the next turn and watch that siege worm destroy our colonist. Well, it didn't, but that's a lot of aliens around. Can we found a city there? Yes, we can. We can found an outpost. You are going to fortify. We definitely need to... Oh, wow, we've got the siege worm here as well. We definitely need to get ourselves a ultrasonic fence. However, we also need to get ourselves some trade convoys. 9 turns. Don't have enough cash to just buy one outright, so we're just going to go ahead and start building one. It's 9 turns away, so it's not terrible. Okay, didn't lose anything on that turn, but I am starting to be made very, very nervous by some of these units. We can choose production at Liqueur, which means we now have our ranger. It might not be a bad idea getting another ranger, but I think we're at that point where we actually need to get ourselves a... well, some more health would be nice, but we can't really do that at the moment. So let's go ahead and work on a laboratory. Out of interest... See, this is what I find strange. We currently have no trade routes. Why do we have no trade routes? I don't recall ever seeing a trade route being destroyed. my trade, which is obviously why this station withdrew, because apparently I haven't been trading with it, and I have no trade routes, but I don't know why. See, sometimes this game does do strange things. You need... No, I'm trying to select the city. As you can see, there are some issues with this game. Right, that's what I'm trying to do. Just to make you back off a little bit. Ranger, you're going to start moving forwards. But that's all I can do on this turn. So I am going to call that the end of the video. Maybe I'll try and work out why my trade routes disappeared as well. I don't remember them getting destroyed. I don't think they got destroyed in the war. It is possible that they get destroyed in miasma, but normally they path around miasma. They won't normally go through miasma. So I'm not too sure why my trade vessels ended up, well, my trade convoys ended up getting destroyed. But definitely, if I click on Liqueur, it's telling me that I can support 2 trade routes, but I have 0 trade routes currently in use, which I find really, really odd. And, of course, that's not been helping matters. At least, once I rebuild them, I can trade between my cities and outposts, which is going to help. Definitely need to do something about these aliens, though. So, thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, goodbye for now.